on my wrist, for real. LV on my chick, for real. Waco taking risks, for real. Went through hell to get to this, for real. I'm not pressed to making lists, for real. I stay low and stack my chips, for real. You keep looking for a flip, for real. That's not wealth, that's rich, for real. 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 Really real. Really real. Really real. Really real. For real. For real. For real. For real. No liens on the whip, for real. I get bored, I take a trip, for real. Take a loss, I never trip, for real. Been in shock, I'm not a lick, for real. Don't trust the soul, it's on my hip, for real. Make a move and you get hit, for real. No pictures by the crib, for real. Can't let them know just where I live, for real. 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 Really real. Really real. Really real. Really real. For real. For real. For real. For real. Plain Jane on my wrist, for real. LV on my chick, for real. Waco taking risks, for real. Went through hell to get to this, for real. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, won't stop. Yeah. I'm so handsome. All in Carmine's with my Benz, I'm so fancy. No romancing. Got my baby and she right, she make you vanish. No time to play, got book dates. Had a plan, only had to wait. Always knew I'd make a way. Send a bill, they send a pay. Keep it real, keep the record straight. Keep it real, no time to fake. All authentic in my own lane. I am me till I'm in the grave. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, won't stop. Ooh, never panic. Get a worry, send it up and then it vanish. Yeah, I can't stand it. Out of all the way you move and see you scrambling. On offense, no defense. Stood strong, no weakness. Used to say I wouldn't beat this. Now they wish they could beat this. Tables set, now tables turn. God's plan, don't say a word. Know the price, cause I know my worth. My time, get what I deserve. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, won't stop.
Little trade another day.
Good morning all. Hope everyone is well. Hope everyone is good. Let's see everyone in chat. Let's see how we're doing. Hope everyone is good. And yeah, let's get started. We have in chat here. We have Mo Ali SFS Cloth Collection. Pro Bitcoin. That's not a bad thing to be pro Bitcoin. Hamid in chat. AA5 Ari. Yash. MGA Bros. Trying to find the most sus username. All the exclusives are here. Zenwolf, not so sus. TDH99. Vishwajit. KHA Pip. Rajat doesn't say good morning. Bro, Solana analysis, please. Can you relax, bro? Can you relax? Fuck's sake, man. Just turned on street. Just turned on. A money donkey here. Just turned on stream, man, shouting. You know what? We'll give him 15-minute timeout to go and reflect himself in the naughty chair. Put user in timeout. Confirm. we put him in timeout to reflect on his actions. Anyways, let's have a look at the calendar. Let's start off with Thursday here. CPI day today. CPI day. So CPI is important. Inflation, they're expecting it to come back a little bit higher. Unemployment is also important as well here. And we have ECB press conference. A lot of news today. We have financing rate as well. They're expecting it to stay the same with the euro. So today's packed for our pairs today. We have USD being, our pairs are full on today. So we have euro news. Press conference talk about euro economy here, which obviously will affect DAX here. We're seeing the refinancing rate here. Expecting it to be the same. They've been pretty accurate with forecasts here, actually full on point. So I'm not too worried about their forecast here. So good to see, you know, Germans doing something well, you know, make good cars. Then they're pretty, not like other countries where, man, they put a forecast and we see it completely off, you know. So they're expecting unemployment claims to tick down slightly. If we see that tick up slightly, it's going to put some pressure for those interest rates continuing to try help the economy here. If we see inflation tick up here, we are going to see gold dump, because we're going to see, I mean, we can see gold spike initially as a hedge against inflation. We can see gold as you know, a hedge against inflation, but what we might, it's already at highs, right? So what we might see is this starts to be the top. We start to see inflation tick up. So if inflation comes back 3, wow, that's a big one. So they're already giving a generous forecast by forecasting higher. If inflation comes back better than expected, that's also going to allow them to cut interest rates. So we're going to see, what are we going to see? We're going to see some bullish pressure in the markets here. So let's have a look at the analysis. We're stuck in this range we've been in since the basically Monday here. Beginning of the week, we started to make a high. We came back, retested it midweek. Then we made a new high. And then now we're coming back to retest these lows here towards the end of the week, right? So beginning, mid, and now end, we're pretty close to that area. So if we're looking here, we need to put this daily support here. Let's put this daily support. It's our first level here, daily support. Previous daily closing bullish. Checking the 4-hour time frame. We have the same 4-hour support from yesterday. Mixed session bias today. 1-hour time frame almost at target. 30-minute time frame. We're at the target number 1, which is the daily support. Second target is going to be the 4-hour support. So target's been met for the day today. We have only very little room. I would be interested to see if we start to create structure from here and start leaving this zone. Maybe some bullish pressure before CPI. We need to be careful with CPI. So, you know, and make sure that we're not going to get ourselves in anything silly. Yesterday, London was very bad price action, just ranged for the whole of London, multiple liquidity grabs. And then mid-session, we started to break out of that range finally. So analysis was 100% yesterday. Just didn't get the volume when I wanted the volume, right? So we're expecting that bullish move to come. Bullish move definitely came, but no volume during London session. Unfortunately, just liquidity grabbed 100 times. So we then followed by New York some downside, and that was it. So now over Asian session here, we've started to continue that move from the downside, now reaching the 4-hour support. So if we want to leave this 4-hour support, start to create structure below, we can look at the option of sells. But for the time being, if we create supports from here, change the structure, get back above the daily support, that's actually where our buys would come. Now, if we were up here, we could look to sell back down to the daily support, but we've already met that target. So now we need to see what happens here. Do we push through, start to open the door to some sells, or do we start to actually reject from here and we start to try bounce from the bottom of the range, the same like we did from midweek? So we don't know just yet. We will have to see what it does around here and take it from there. So that's the first step of the equation, is the analysis. And we're done with it on gold. So very simple plan, waiting to see what happens at this zone. Get below it or stay above it is the question. Moving on to DAX here. We're seeing DAX, some bearish pressure come in here. Daily time frame has ended up closing bearish below the support. You can see this. This is the first time in 4 attempts that we've actually closed below. So this can open the door to possibly seeing some sort of sells back down to this daily support as a max target. Maybe happens with news, or maybe we just hang around here in range. It is possible. Now we do have some battles here with 4-hour support, so it's not going to be clean sailing, unfortunately. We have this 4-hour support right here. Let's go clone this. We have this one right here. So we have a wick crossing through it. We could fill the wick. We have this 4-hour support that's also sitting here. So quite a lot of 4-hour supports, but we won't be selling until we get below. We have a 15-minute support sitting here as well. So yeah, probably below this 15-minute support, we open the door to some sells here. Sells back down to the 15, not 15, to the 4-hour. See how that looks on 5. Yeah, beautiful. It's okay on 5 as well. So yeah, that would be my plan today, is to take sells below here. Previous daily bearish, previous 4-hour bearish session today. Pretty straightforward when it comes to bias on a day like today. We need some 5-minute structure, would be beautiful to see. And then sells below the range. No volume today, no continuation. We will not get the sellers. Today is a threat. Today is a threat that we get fake outs, right? But as a trader, we have to take risk, especially when we're trading 2 sessions. Unless you just want to say, I'm going to play it completely safe and not give it any shots. The only difficult part is if we have a situation like yesterday where we don't even get into profits, literally gives us a little bit of profit, and then we just end up ranging, eventually hitting stop. So that's what we want to avoid today, and the way we're going to avoid that is to hopefully see some, I mean, yesterday was impossible to avoid because we had a massive liquidity grab, so it wasn't like there was no volume in the market, there was volume. So today, hopefully we get the chance, if we close below, to get at least to break even and be protected if we were to come back and range. So we will see what ends up happening, how we close below this 15-minute support, or if we do even close below the 15 support will be the question. And that's about all she wrote. So that's the analysis on gold. That's the analysis on DAX. Let's just see what some yen pairs are doing here. We can look at USD JPY. Daily time frame is doing what? It's starting to reject from the bottom of the range now. We're stuck in this extremely messy range. We have this previous daily up here. That's actually a 4-hour, my bad. So that was a 4-hour, so previous 4-hour. It's a very small one, but could be a level of interest. 1-hour time frame just blasting through these highs at the moment. So yeah, you need some structure on this, and then buys above here. It being CPI day, I don't want to be involved in any USD pair except gold, because gold normally has good volume. But something like USD JPY, do you guys remember what happened in NFP? I'm okay. I'm okay. I don't think I need to be involved in something like that. You know, if they want to, but I want to see what GJ's been doing. Keep an eye on that. Yeah, just GJ is such a dead pair, man. It will come back, thanks. It will come back one day. If GJ breaks out of 200, we're going to have an amazing push, man. I'm tempted to buy stop 200 like this, 200.3. Put stop loss below 4-hour support down here. It's definitely cooking something. So maybe by next year we see GJ come back into action. So yeah, let's see this 1 hour close coming here in about, I think it's closed already just now, right? Yeah, we just closed the 1 hour close. So we're respecting 4 hour support, nothing closing below that 4 hour support yet. So we might see some, you know, bounces from here. Analysis on gold, we just analyzed gold. Any view on UJ? I don't know, are you watching the stream without sound or something? Just analyze UJ just now, just. Have fun, man. $620 for a test. Yeah, we could key level test 620. You know, we could key level test 620. We need some 5-minute structure here. 1 hour is a okay close, not the best close, it's an okay close. Fun. It's annoying when this stupid MT5 skips the candles to one side to another side. What do you expect me to do? Yeah, it's a good 1 hour close on broker on DAX. Full below on broker. So yeah, any 5-minute structure and close below should be valid. Spread's a little bit higher than I like though, but in the next 5 minutes they should calm down a bit. Oh, there we go. Just calm down right now. Back to 0.5 points. Alright, can you please check DAX sells yesterday 50 minutes before PPI news? If you're in the exclusive group, send a chart, bro. We'll have a look. Why do you think GJ is bullish? Isn't BOE talking about rate cuts with garbage, micros, and economic growth? It's to do with yen, man. The yen is having issues. So we're not seeing any clear economic pathway with the yen. Yes, we have a new person in power now. We need to see how that develops into next year, but yen is still weak, man. Yen is still weak compared to the GBP. Remember, yen is in a negative interest rate environment where GBP is positive. You cannot beat something that's a positive interest rate environment compared to negative. Negative interest rate environment is super against their currency. I mean, they're slightly positive now. So I take that back, but nowhere near to what someone like the UK or something. So it's just lack of fundamentals. That's the whole reason GJ was such a good pair. Because you had GBP hiking interest rates, inflation through the roof, so interest rates stayed high, and then you had an economy like the JPY, which was just putting their interest rates negative, encouraging people to borrow money because their economy had a de-inflationary problem, meaning there wasn't enough inflation, because inflation is important. So yeah. Hi, I just wanted to appreciate you, man. My trading hasn't been the same. After my 1 month in exclusive, I've noticed a significant improvement. I look forward to coming back soon. Gracias. You're welcome, man. Glad you enjoyed your time in the exclusives. And seemed like it was helpful. That's the point of it. Tempted to short GBP at 200 key level for a swing trade, but negative swaps. Be careful. It's different than something like GBP USD. right? It's different than something like GBP USD. This is yen. Yen is a lot different. So I wonder how these drawings are, you know. It's different from this pair here. I mean, GBP pairs are dead actually as a whole, man. Even GU here is like on a higher time frame, not doing much. Not bad rally here from September though, actually. I take it back. It's been a good rally from the lows after this daily 4-hour setup 5. It's been a good rally. But see, the rallies that are made out of random moves like this are not good. Looks good on higher time frame, but it's just a random move on lower. So look at this bounce we're getting here from 4-hour support. Massive bounce. Same bounce we're getting from the 15-minute support here on DAX. So it seems like market's moving together. If you see setup few minutes to session open, you take it. Depends on what session open and what pair, right? Are we talking Frankfurt session open, London session open? What pair? Hi, can we see buying from 3600 on gold during CPI? I think today on gold CPI, I mean, it's a tough one. It's a tough one on gold CPI. But buying from 600, if we dump down to reject 600? No, I think we would spike up first though. Hi, what about the 4-hour support on DAX? Do we not have to mark that? 23,615? Let's have a look. Oh, 615? No, because I'm not a buyer. I'm not looking to buy, so I don't really care about that, right? Like, I'm not trading here. So if I'm not, when I'm not trading something, it's also marked by my yellow line anyways. But when I'm not trading something, I don't mark it. Because what am I going to trade here, you know? It's a very big reaction you see from bottom of the range. Where did you put your stops on US 30 setup 5 trade yesterday? Was that an advanced trade, man? It's quite a detailed analysis. We had the analysis in the exclusives yesterday. We talked about actually one of our members. So if you guys are in the exclusive, go check out one of our members put in general chat. He screen recorded the analysis. We broke it down, how we did it from the higher time frame, why I ended up entering there. So that one was a little bit more of a complex trade, but it was great to show that live and the analysis live and all of that was super fun. I enjoyed that. I'm anticipating both situations, CPI to be positive for gold if inflation high, stagflation, inflation down, rate cut feeling a little bit more push on gold coming. I think gold will continue the trend, but I don't think they make it that easy. So it would be a liquidity grab down if anything. But I do like this zone that we're at, this 4-hour support right now, is my prime buying zone to continue the trend bullish here. But I wouldn't be surprised to see one quick downside move, or the opposite. We could fully price in CPI right now and start to push the whole session back to the highs. CPI dumps. You know, it just depends on how we set up pre-CPI. Pre-CPI setup is going to be important. Especially, you have to remember unemployment data is coming. That has been extremely bad compared to last forecast. So we could see this number spike up heavy. You know? Because this is full hype on rate cut bets, especially if inflation, man. If inflation ticks up here, that's going to dump gold. But they've already put a pretty good target, right? Remember, we have our giveaway. Leave a like on the stream. I actually, if CPI dumps down, I see it as opportunity first. Like, I see that as an opportunity to look for upside after CPI. If CPI pumps, then it pumps, right? That's it. That's what's going to happen. It makes sense. You know, but if CPI dumps first, I see it as opportunity. On gold, that is. Stock's a little bit different. Any buy side setup right now? We have a pretty big candle here. There's not much we can do with this big candle. It's reacted from the exact zone I wanted to see a reaction, which is 4-hour support. But it's come in a way where we just see 1 minute leave this zone here very quickly. It's not really something that I wanted to be involved in. We don't have any LTAs here to take buys, so it's put us in an interesting position. Look at the difference here. This is something I want to be involved in. If we got this right now, I'd be involved in this with stop loss below here, target up here. At least gives you one topper range. So we get this candle close bullish. After this candle closes bullish, next one closes bearish, and then we close above. Like a setup one. This is beautiful. Instead of just one big candle like this that we can't do much with. Why not mark the 15-minute resistance we're at gold? Because I don't see any trade above it or anything, right? Like, what am I going to do? I'm going to trade this range here for 11 pips. It's too tough. So I keep my charts clean. Otherwise, your charts are going to look like this. Then you have a line here like this. Then you have a line here like this. You know, so this makes me nervous. So I rather just have a clear vision. $15 minutes before Frankfurt? No, I don't take trades 15 minutes before Frankfurt. So I wouldn't have taken this. As a setup, it's valid, but I wouldn't have taken it. With that stop is nice, but before Frankfurt, it's not a time I trade, so. Why do you not mark all lines? I'm not answering that again. If you missed the answer, rewind the stream. I've answered that 3 times this stream. You guys need to listen up. I'm here giving value, free education. If you're not going to listen, you're going to miss it, right? Concentrate. You have to concentrate. A lot of good information we're giving. I can't let myself trade today. Too much big news coming. Assassination. Yeah, it's been crazy, man. They're kind of distracting away from the market as well, you know. There's been a lot of news happening, a lot of instability in the world, right? If we look at what's happened here, Middle East as well, tensions rising again. Then we have in US two things. We have a more of a, you know, more of a racial standpoint, and very unfortunate event with that woman on the train. That was very sad. And then obviously we have an assassination come through as well yesterday of a political party member. So the news is totally not talking about the market, and the public eye doesn't give a shit about the market right now, compared to 2 weeks ago when everyone was talking about gold, everyone was hyping gold and stock market all-time high and everything's pushing and earnings. I mean, yesterday, you don't see the news cover this, but yesterday Oracle, because of their AI development, has now gone past Musk because they had an insane earnings on their stock. Insane earnings. So now Oracle, the owner, CEO of Oracle, is the richest man, you know. Sister had a stroke. Oh no, man. Hope everything will be well. Yeah, especially if your psychology is going to be messed up, you make mistakes. So it's a good decision, man, to make that type of decision. That was sad. The girl on the train, it's too sad. Yeah, actually, I didn't know. And then I just watched the video, and then I saw the video, and then I found out what happened. It is pretty sad, man. Some sick people in the world. Is your PipLab simulator the same as FX Replay? What's the difference than others than price? We have so many differences. Go to ChatGPT and type ChatGPT PipLabs versus FX Replay. It will give you a good summary, right? So go to ChatGPT and type that for a good summary of the differences. But the main difference is we have tick by tick data, right? So you can see the candles move, how they moved in real time, not skip. Skip is not going to teach you anything. It's not going to teach you emotion. The second thing is we have a prop firm simulator. You can practice passing a prop firm on our simulator. We have a way more advanced dashboard. We have, just try the version 5 out. You'll see how absolutely crazy it is. And it's cheaper. So it's just insane. 100 people of Palestine died every day. Yeah, of course. That was always been a sad event, right? But it's not, we can't say that it's not sad that what happened to her as well, right? We have to that's still sad, right? We can't, like, it's not good to say, it's not good to sit there and say, yeah, but who cares, because in Palestine everyone, you know, a lot of people have been passed away there. It's like, yeah, we know that as well. That's even worse, but at the same time it's still very sad. Where's that video? Where can I see it? Go look on Twitter, man. You'll see it on Twitter. It pissed me off when nobody helped her. No, if you look at it, man, I think, imagine that happened next to you. What would your reaction be with a guy walking around with a weapon right next to her? You know, that guy could come and grab you as well. So you're kind of shocked, man. You don't know what's going on. Like, you're gonna freeze in that situation. You know, like, there's no chance right next to you someone gets, I'm not gonna say on here because I think I'll get shadow banned, but you know, gets what happens to them, and that guy is still in the vicinity within arm's reach. You know? So I think you're gonna freeze a bit, man, you know? Like, I thought, okay, what would I personally do in that situation? I'd personally, in that situation, assess the situation to make sure that he's not going to be a threat to others, right? Even with advanced medical knowledge, even Kirk's one, you know? Kirk's one, there were people putting out rumors about him still being alive, but if you know anything about weapons and stuff like this, whenever someone takes a shot with that caliber from that range and you see that shock, when the body shocks like this, it's man, you have milliseconds to react, to put pressure to stop internal, and then you have to get back the breathing lines, because, you know, I forgot, it begins with a V. It's an artery. It begins with V, the artery. Even you need to be there. Like, it's very unlikely, you know. Sad though, but what I'm shocked about is I'm shocked about the reaction I'm seeing online. Like, my social media is flooded with people saying he deserves it. I don't know what. It's like bad people deserve. You know, at the end of the day, why even need to say that? Just keep it to yourself. Why can't you say I disagree with everything he said? You know, but that's just my opinion. Like, just shut up. Just, you know, like, I don't understand why people... Now I'm seeing people use this for clout, and that's what's even worse, man, is people using this story to gain views. I don't know what world we live in, man. I don't know what world we live in. That's why I do not involve myself in religion and politics with others. It's a conversation you will never win in. Never discuss religion and politics with other people. Keep religion personal, keep politics personal. That is very good advice.
Posted this, but there are two kinds of people. I was in my office one day. I heard a woman screaming in a way I never heard before. I ran down the hall toward the screaming. Me and just one other guy in an office with about 40 people jumped on a big biker guy who was stabbing her over and over. We got him off. She was dragged out of the office by somebody else. She lived. I told the guy calmly, get out of the office, go away. And he did. He dropped the knife and left, and the police, of course, arrested him. But I asked a guy who was in the military before, and another guy who was in the Coast Guard Reserve, why the hell are you just sitting down in your office doing nothing? She's getting killed. So you find out what you're going to do in the moment, man. That's the disturbing thing about the video. Nobody did anything, and most people won't. It's just sad.
Yeah, but most people don't have that reaction, man, you know? It's different, man. Especially two people. I mean, if there was a bunch of people, it's fine. But as a solo person, you're gonna freeze in that. You know, it's I've been in situations in my life where I've had, you know, a huge shock, like something that most people will not have to experience, but I've experienced. And this is where you really learn what the human body is capable and how it reacts in this type of situation. It's interesting. It's interesting. You know? I don't know how I react. Look, knife is different, but when we talk about weapons, a gun, it's you have to consider to step away yourself. You know, knife face on, you can create distance. It's very hard for them if you create distance, try to get them off, especially if you're with someone else, you can pretty much get him okay. But when we're talking about armed weapon here, it's a different story, man. It's
I believe it's called the fight or flight response. And some people naturally have it, and some people don't.
Exactly. But at the end of the day, like,
it's also situational based as well.
You have to analyze the situation. You know?
But it's called the fight or flight response.
Yeah, for sure. In a bus or train, well, I think with this threat, Look, we have a lot of smart people in the world. There's a lot of smart people in the world, and I think they could have designed it in a way that does not allow people. I remember when in Europe, all buses have this like plastic sheet between the seats, you know, to divider. Like there should not be a way for you to be approached from behind. If you take that scenario where they could only be approached from the front, it's a whole different story. Whole different story. Chance of survival is way higher. How you never talk about New York zones? I do all the time, man. Just yesterday, the trade I talked about, I took on US 30 was based off yesterday's New York zone. Right? That's how I took yesterday's trade, was based off the day before's New York zone. So I definitely consider those things in my trading. Yeah, this is true as well, right? This is true as well. From experience, whenever you have to fight a guy, just accept you are going to get... I can't read this on. I'm gonna get, you know... Look, the best situation to do in a fight is to run, guys. I don't understand why everyone has to be macho. If someone pulls out a weapon on you, just leave, man. Give them what they want. Why you have to fight? It's the best, your best chance at survival, your best chance of getting unharmed. You know, it's who gives a fuck what you're gonna... Why? Because you told your friends you ran away from someone with a knife? No, fuck off, man. Like, I've spoken to the top military personnel, highly trained, and that's the advice they told me. They said, we never, ever... All of these things you see on TikTok of these disarming and... It's all bullshit. In a real fight, you can't do that. They only learn specific disarming. Okay? In very specific scenarios where you're stuck. You know? You know, there's two situations. When your back is against a wall, there is a lot of techniques you can do, because you always have one exit, right? You can go left, you can go right. If you're backed up into a corner, this is where you need to realize a few things. One technique, you know. And realize this. They have one major weakness. Who knows the weakness when someone's fighting when you have a wall behind you? Anyone knows the weakness? All you have to do is learn a little bit of agility. No escape route? No, that's your weakness. I'm talking about their weakness. They have you pinned against a wall. What is their weakness? Yeah, that's effective, man. I know it sounds stupid, but it's actually effective, aviation. It's effective. Can't push you down? I mean, that's not a weakness, that's a strength for you. Their weakness is that if they throw a punch at you and you dodge that punch, they break their knuckles immediately. Right? If they're throwing a proper punch and you just do this, and it hand hits the wall, knuckles broken immediately. So you'll have a major advantage there. They'll hit, bam, knuckle will break. They'll be like, oh, like there'll be a split second. That time, shoot, run, you know. And if they're not throwing a hard enough punch to break their knuckles, then you're gonna be okay anyways. You're gonna be fine. Don't worry.
Don't run in. Go straight for the uppercut.
No, no, run. Don't be a hero. In a life or death situation, strike first. In a life or death situation, run. Have you ever been in a fight before? No, because I obey. If anyone wants to pick on me, I give them what they want. Give me your money, I give them my money. Give me your wallet, I give them my wallet. Give me your phone, I'll give them my phone. It's not worth it for me. You fight in school, I let them. No problem. They want the reaction. I've never had someone start a fight with push me like this, start pushing me, and I don't do anything back. They just stop. All I did is walk away. They're pushing. Oh, well. And then when you don't do anything back, they feel stupid. Because you're acting like nothing happened. You're just walking away. You know? It's crazy. It's crazy. People just feel... I mean, we're talking about like a fight between two guys who, you know... So we're seeing DAX here starting to reverse, but is today a counter trend day? Where would our counter trend buys come from today? I mean, minimum we're looking for above here. That's minimum. We have this resistance here. 5-minute close above here could work. We're coming a bit deep now. Very hard to buy at resistance here. Very hard to buy at this resistance. We have to buy above it. Not sure how much I trust this. Full bearish bias, we'll see. DAX impulsive really recently? Yeah, but today we have to be extra careful with all the Euro news. So we'll see how we can buy DAX through the ranges here. Harry, post a vlog? Yeah, vlog will be coming soon. I'll do another week in the life. I've just been recently, before this Pip Labs launch, I've been super busy, man. So many people need to record content with me and make this and still make content for YouTube and still show up to stream every day. It's just been like I don't have anything to film for. Like I've just been grind mode full. Like I've I haven't done anything like somewhat exciting, you know. I've done something exciting. Withdrew some crypto, withdrew some profits. Probably gonna spend it, celebrate 100k subs. What we spend it on, we'll find out. Get my gym trainers. We'll see about that. Alright, so we did close above here. We have 5-minute resistance pretty close, but we didn't tap it here. We want to see a deep bottom wick. If we can get a deep bottom wick, we can take the wick fill. Without, it's very hard. Why? Because look how much we're counter bias. We have so many candles here because this would be a perfect sell. right? This would be a perfect sell like this, back down. Especially with a 15-minute candle closing back in the range. 8 minutes is a lot of time, right? This shit can flip here. So let's keep an eye on that. You had asked which new video I should make. New York zones, because those zones are which important. How do New York zones? You can watch my New York trading video, discuss that, man. Literally, I have that on my channel. Watch this NY open breakout and watch the other NY video. There's one. There's the NY breakout, and then there is, which is the other? I think I talked to, oh yeah, and the ORB one, these two. The ORB one and these, yeah, these two videos here. I'm planning to use Gale's strategy. Okay, I'm not even reading the rest of your question. Don't. Like, just don't use Martingale strategy, man. Jesus Christ. I don't understand how that's even like something normal. Unless you want to gamble everything, yes. If you're happy to gamble everything, then go ahead, be my guest. Alright guys, let's put up here a quiz of the day, guys. Quiz of the day. Leave a like on the stream. Quiz of the day. Think about a question. Quiz of the day. Let's think about here. Quiz of the day. A fundamental one. Okay, that's not a bad idea. Fundamental one. Let me think of a good fundamental question. It's an easy one, but you know, we'll see. Alright, question is today. Is inflation good for currency or bad? Yes, it's good for currency. No, it's bad for currency. And the last one I put here is it's good for currency and economy. So put your votes in. But can you actually lose 10 times in a row in trading? Bro, you can lose everything in trading. Batman is saying it's good for currency and economy. Most people are saying it's bad for currency. Not bad, pardon the pun. Depends on degree of inflation. Not exactly. It's a pretty straight cut answer. Even high inflation or low inflation would have the same. Especially for the way that the question is asked. Right? Is general inflation good for currency or bad for a currency? Right? General inflation. So cast your votes. Let's see here if we're gonna get the fake out. No bottom wick here. We rejected once here already. So I wonder if this 15 is gonna flip here in 4 minutes. So quiz of the day. Make sure to leave a like on the stream. 300 of us here, 100 likes only. It's bad? No problem. Put in your vote. I will tell you guys the answer. You think below the 4 hour would be better? Hopefully we can trade to the 4 hour would be ideal, man. It'd be ideal to trade 2 here. Below there's maybe too deep. You need to not worry about these levels, man. You need to, you know, you need to try to get to that. But it's okay if it gets below, right? I guess it's bad for the currency, good for the economy. Okay, we'll see. I'd say it's good for the currency, but only at moderate levels. We're talking general inflation. We're not talking about extremes, right? This is not about extremes. This is general inflation. If general, then good for currency, I think. Fair enough. Put in your vote. You have £1,000, $1, sorry. Bro, bro, this guy is absolutely, how do you even do this, man? I mean, this is next level trying to ruin my mind. Like, how do you even do this? Like, who has the time to do this? How, like, this is full inception. I'm serious. Especially for someone dyslexic like me. How do you write you have $1,000 and then put £1,000 and then write dollars after that and then write pounds? What? Where's even my pounds logo on my PC, man? I don't even know. How do you have the time to do that? Full mind finished. Really? How do you have the time? How? I don't know. You have $1,000 and then you have £1,000, which is dollars, and then those dollars are now converted to pounds. Fun, man. Insane. We might get this close here, guys. Let's see. 1 minute. 1 minute to flip the 15. We talked about this, but we do need to close below here, I feel like, which is that previous, obviously, that previous 5-minute support. 48 seconds. Will we be able to close below? We will find out. He means dollars. Anyone can see that. I know, but I'm just saying, like, who writes it like that? Like, that's full inception, bro. Will we close below in 29 seconds? We're not looking like it just yet, but you know what DAX is like. Can change last second here. Next question is, do we take buys above this 5-minute resistance here? Wick fill to get to this. That's another question. 14 seconds. We better be ready. Things can happen quick. All right, we closed above, so we have to wait here for the next one. But 15-minute is closing doji below the 15-minute resistance here. So it's an interesting close nevertheless. Interesting close nevertheless. Only 350 people on stream today after yesterday's one loss. After all the wins we've had, we lost 100 viewers. That is nuts, man. That is nuts. So we need to get back some proper people. People who are here willing to actually learn to trade. So leave a like on the stream, share this stream, And let's get some real men in here. Not men, I mean, but you know, if they're a man and left after yesterday, they're not a man anymore. Just remember that. I know they're not going to hear this, but we all know that. We all know that. If they were a man yesterday and left the stream today, they are not a man anymore. Because we need to get to this giveaway, man. Giving away 650 bucks is not bad. Actually, 600 bucks. That's what I said yesterday. So what if a woman left stream yesterday? I mean, we give a woman a break. Not enough women traders. So we feel sorry because we need more women traders. But the men are the ones who are, you know. In your life, you need to fall to get up. Yeah, but it's not been bad, man. Let's see how many losses we've taken in this month so far. This month so far, we've taken only one loss, man. One loss in the whole month so far. 2 wins, 1 loss. In the last 2 months, we have taken... 1, 2, 3, 4 losses only. It's not that bad in 2 months. That's averaging 2 losses a month. So if I'm losing 2 times in a month, I'm okay, man. It's okay to lose 2 times in a month. Can you see how many women subscribers? Bro, it's less than 1%. Less than 1%. Last time I checked. We can double check now if it's changed, but I do remember it was around 1%. Let's go here. Content. Analytics. Audience. Let's have a look at the audience here. Female, actually no, 6.1%, man, 6.1%. I'm surprised myself. So good we checked, now I know. 6.1%. So there's our answer. Just give away exclusive for one. Man, at the beginning of this month, I gave away 4 exclusive spots. 4. $200 worth of exclusive I gave away. If this closes above, I'm wondering if this is worth it. I don't know. What do we say, guys? It just feels a little bit counterintuitive for me, but it could be a quick scalp with this bullish momentum. Rejected 5 minute? Yeah, I don't know, man. It's a tough one, this, man. I feel like we need at least another close, right? Another 15-minute close at least. It's full counter bias as well. Let's bring this up here. It just feels weird, like with all these rejection wicks. What if we just buy above 669 here? Might be better, right? Be out of this mess. We can trade to the previous 4-hour support here. We'd have confirmation of break. Anyways, no bottom wick on this candle here. This week is the hardest week in the last 2 months. You took 2 trades, 1 loss and 1 break even. That's not a hard week, man. 1 loss is amazing. Quiz results, not yet, man. Let the people apply. Man, 350 viewers, where is everyone? People need to pull up, man. People need to pull up. We need more people in the quiz. It's not fun. I was up 2.5% as of yesterday for the week. Let's go, man. Would you ever try 100 to 1000 type video? Those videos just not valuable, man. You get all stupid people pull up to the channel. But I'm talking about stream here. Videos, they don't do that bad videos. Just depends on the topic. Good topic videos don't do well because people don't want the good stuff. But like simple beginner stuff, 9K, 45K views. I did a beginner 5-minute strategy, 175K views. Like those do well. It's just stream. Me only 0.3% going half risk bit me in the ass. Yeah, going half risk doesn't make you enough profits, right? So it does become a little bit difficult going half risk. But at least you're up. Video on budgeting for prop firms, how to budget, reinvest. We have that video. What was the name of that video where I talk about, it's in the psychology video, right? Treating it as a business. Budgeting is a personal thing, man. But we would do that type of reinvesting and stuff like that. We would do in a webinar in the exclusive group because that just, no one will take value from that from YouTube, man. You need people who are really with the right mindset. So let's see, we might get this fake out here and we can take some sells, right? Potential sells below this low that we had. So let's see, 15-minute candle will close in 6 minutes. See if this wants to flip. If not, then buys are going to be above this orange line here. That's where my counter trend buys are going to be. So it's literally, if it gets above here, taking buys. If it gets below here, taking sells. Pretty simple. Gold now, trying to create some structure here. Buys on gold, we can also start to buy gold above here as well. A little bit later into the move, but we'd have more confirmation. 1 hour would look okay. 30-minute would be okay. So we'll see gold by then. DAX open is going to happen in 5 minutes as well, so I'm interested to see the open. Let's see, let's see. Yesterday I was talking to you about stream stats. You put 61 loss instead of 51 loss. Now it's over by 10. Damn. Thank you, thank you. See, I'm too generous, right? Putting 61 losses. I got confused yesterday. I knew I didn't have 61 losses, but I just was trusting you guys to make sure that I'm transparent. But I knew it. There we go. Now we should be all fixed. That's why I keep a journal like this, because it's so easy. I don't have to, it calculates all your losses and wins and everything like that. This is an insane journal, guys. From 2023 is pretty insane. To have every trade documented since 2023, very few influencers out there can show you something like this. Very rare. Even the top credited guys probably don't have something like this live, huh? Live. No one does it? Yeah, because look, it's too transparent, right? It's too transparent. Doesn't help views. Look at my stream. If I wanted to be at the top, you have to fake things. It's just how this industry works, unfortunately. You can make it to the top without. It's just a very slow grind, and you just need to keep going, man. Keep going, and you know, eventually maybe something will happen, and if it doesn't, then it's not meant to be, man, as long as you tried. Why are you not rich after 3 years? What do you mean not rich? What is rich to you? What do you want to see, a Bugatti? I think I do pretty well for 24 years old, if I don't mind saying myself, but it's fine to make a decision. I'm not that flex, but look, if you want me to really come out and show you, and I'm super grateful, and I thank everyone, thank myself, my hard work, thank God, thank everything. But I don't even want to say it, man. I don't want to say it. Because it just sounds cheesy if I start telling the stuff that I do and what I pay and what I have. You know? I actually don't, because it will sound too much, man. I don't wanna flex on stuff like that. But it's okay. If you don't think I'm rich money-wise, then that's fine. I can tell you I'm rich in the heart anyways. You know? I mean, go watch. I don't post much lifestyle content, but go watch some of it. You can see maybe this car is not an expensive car. Yeah, it's only $250,000 for you. Cash, not financed, but that's okay. You know, so paying $250,000 cash is not much. It's fine. I understand. Traveling in the most luxurious way I can without having a sweat about it is doing all right. But look, it doesn't matter at the end of the day. It's all materialistic items, but you know. It's okay, man. Man, this close above here, I'm interested. If open comes, bottom wick first, then breaks the high, I'll be taking a buy. It will be a execution. We have about 10 seconds left here. Stop loss, I'll be putting about 18 points here. We need bottom wick first, right? Bottom wick first and then... Right, so we have bottom wick first. If this flips, I'll take a buy break of high. There's no high on my broker. Very limited. So if this flips, we'll see. It's a very limited high. Hasn't broke the high like this. So if it flips, I'm interested. Stop loss below the candle low. Alright, that's going way too deep now. So I'm just gonna delete this order now. Wait a little bit more. Didn't do the flip I wanted it to. But we'll see. I might market execute if I start to see it flip nicely. Let's just see how it ends up forming right now. But it's a bit deep. I was expecting it to come back down here and flip. But we'll see. It could still flip here. Check this 30-minute close. Bullish 30-minute close above resistance. Only the 5-minute hasn't closed above this previous resistance, but that's a 5-minute. I'm relying on the 15-minute close above here, the 1-hour close above, as long as we don't tap this previous 4-hour support. If we tap the previous 4-hour support, I can't take this. It would look something like this if we were to get the breakout. We'd have to be aggressive at 4-hour support. If not, remember our sell option is still on the cards here. But I wonder if a 5-minute candle is going to be enough. That's what I'm only scared about. Because now we have the 1 hour closing above, we have the 30 closing above, and the 15. So is a 5-minute candle enough just to rip a sell? That's where it starts to become a little complex. Yeah, I'm not even waiting now. We need to wait because even if that flips from all the way down here, I don't trust it. That's too much. That's too much. So we probably wait for at least a 5-minute candle close. We could even take something like a setup 2 because we have range now. So why do I need to buy the highs? Right, no need to buy the highs. And this is very interesting price action. Gold on 30 is very nice. For what? What happened on gold? Ooh, some nice sells on gold. We missed this. Yeah, this was some easy sells. We missed this trade. But very small top wick. Let's see how it looks on broker. I wonder if it's enough to get in. We were too locked in on DAX, huh? Full focus DAX. Well, I was. I don't know about you guys. You guys might have taken the sell if someone told me. I was too focused on DAX. Makes sense on 15. 1 hour is a bit tough, but I'll be able to take a buy from the daily support again. The only bad thing about this trade, so this is my point. Yesterday, people, this is my point, and I'll tell this also to Tony because I think he said this yesterday. People were worried about that 1 hour resistance, right? Everyone was saying 1 hour resistance, 1 hour resistance. That's why we lost. But today we hit daily support. We hit 4 hour support. And all of a sudden, this is an amazing sell. Realize the problem with the sell. That's a massive problem in your sell. Yes, it's a nice sell. It makes sense, but look, it has a massive problem with it. But you still take it and it works out. And that's my point. So why yesterday everyone in my ear, oh, previous 1 hour, previous 1 hour. But today when you hit the 4 hour support target, you hit daily support target, it's ignored because the trade's winning. This is the difference. This is the difference. I don't think we have enough range here with this stop here. 42 for 37. Nah, man, it's not even a 1-to-1 to bottom of range, and we have to cross through the fucking daily support here. We need a thunderstorm right now. Or we need a fake out back in the range for buys. Deep top wick retest and reflip. The problem is we're stuck on both sides. You know, DAX has a lot of momentum. The opening cage is no clear move in the last days. Yes, it's also true. Yeah, I know what you meant by that. That's why we kind of have to pick a direction. Like yesterday it just started upside during London, then we failed at the high and started to come down. But this looks a lot more bullish, this one. We have to be careful, it can get stuck in this range here, huh? It can get stuck in this range. Thunderstorm might come, huh? Thunderstorm might come. Let's see how this forms with the thunderstorm. I'm just worried about this previous level, which is a previous 15 as well here. But we have space to it. But I need this to close bullish so we have a thunderstorm. Otherwise it will be an invalid thunderstorm. And I feel like we can still fake out then. Oh, it's pushing the last 20 seconds here down. Gold had a beautiful push down here. Yeah, if I was looking at gold, this would be a consideration break of this previous 15 low. Not this current one, the previous. But if this didn't close back in the range, not valid. But the cool thing is I could also buy back up from here, right? So this could be a pullback to buy back up. I think that I'll trade after the news. It will be safer for me. It's not never a bad idea to do that, man. Never a bad idea. Good push down here. Wonder if I ran aggressive stop loss 27 pips like this. You can maybe get your 1-to-1. Was there no 1 minute structure on this? No, there was. Stop loss would be above that 1 minute. But then there's no structure there. But if I went break even at that previous 15, you get stopped to break even, huh? Here's previous 15, bounce stops you here. Followed my plan on DAX but hesitated on entry. If you had a plan on DAX, you have to just follow your plan, right? Regardless of outcome. As long as it's not something stupid. Like you're trying some, I don't know, some 1 minute and put stop loss above 1 minute. Like this is a little bit silly, right? Alright guys, so the quiz results. Are we ready for the quiz results? Oh man, only 320 viewers. Half the people who entered the quiz are not here. Anyways, we have 200 people who entered the quiz, and here's the results. So 58%, right? 58% voted for it's bad for currency to have higher inflation. 26 voted for it's good for currency. And 15% voted for it's good for currency and economy. So the right answer is that it is good for currency. So you guys are today wrong. Inflation is good for currency, bad for economy. So when we have inflation, it's gonna encourage them to do what? To hold interest rates at a higher point than to have no inflation. Okay? So having interest rates at a higher point is going to strengthen the currency because the banks are going to be able to make more money with their money. So that's how it's going to work. Okay, so it's not good for currency and economy. It's not good for the currency and economy. That's a trick question. I said the exact opposite. Maybe you're dyslexic like me. So you meant the opposite, but that's it. So the trick question would be, inflation at its core is bad for the currency as it devalues it. No, because it's bad for the economy, not the currency itself. Because the currency will get stronger against other things because of inflation getting high. It's just its buying power will go down. Its buying power will go down. That's the difference. So inherently, yes, purchasing against things, not going to be good for it. But inflation makes it weaker against other currencies. Inflation, but interest rates will drive up. What will happen to the interest rates if the economy has a higher interest rates? Because they can't just allow inflation to get out of control. They have to control it, and they control it with interest rates. So inherently, it will make the currency good for some time. But that's the economy, not the... No, because interest rates are bad for the economy. Because it makes it expensive for companies to grow. So how's the economy going to grow? Right? Because if you have higher interest rates, borrowing is going to go down. That's why the whole market is now pumping, right? Because interest rates are coming down this month. So the market is anticipating that, and it's pumping. You see what I mean? So in your view, inflation is good for a currency as it pushes the Fed to increase interest rates, but that doesn't just fix the problem to finally reduce the inflation after that hike? Yeah, but it's the reaction we're going to see in the market is the currency gets stronger. Why? Okay, think about it this week, this way. GBP JPY has been pumping, right? Why did not, like in the past? Because what? Because JPY was reducing their interest rates and the GBP was increasing their interest rates. So surely if increasing interest rates would weaken a currency, why is it trading stronger against the JPY? If it was the other way around, then we would see the JPY, because the JPY is reducing their inflation, right? The inflation, they have a de-inflationary problem, meaning that they don't even have enough inflation for people to spend money, because things as time goes on gets cheaper. So inflation is important for an economy, because inflation is going to make sure that people buy things, because things are getting more expensive in the future. So when they don't hold off on buying a house, because that house in a couple of years is going to be more expensive, because inflation is making things more expensive. Businesses are going to borrow money now instead of later, because making things more expensive. So if that was the case, then we would see the opposite. We would see JPY strengthen and GBP get weak. But instead, we saw the GBP get strengthened as they started to increase the rates from 2020 COVID. Right? This is all rate hikes, rate hikes, rate hikes. Why? Because inflation was going through the roof. But Japan was having a de-inflation problem. Now, inflation as a whole will make buying power worse. So the currency essentially itself, its buying power will be worse over time. So you see there's countries that have inflation go absolutely nuts, like in Africa, and their currency is worth nothing. So inherently, yes, it's long term. But I said in the question, reasonable inflation, not extremely low, not extremely high. Right? So it's controlled inflation. Hyperinflation is different, right? We're talking about even long term it will be controlled. Yeah, long term it's bad for everything, right? Because but if they kept interest rates higher, even long term it's going to keep that currency pumping. The minute they reduce the interest rates, that is where they start to borrow money, and they can only do that by doing what? You know? But economy will fall. Exactly. Economy will fail if they allow it to do that. You know, so we cannot compare to hyperinflation, but a little bit inflation is good for currency. You need inflation for currencies, because actually to have a healthy economy, you need inflation. But only not too much, right? We want only a little. That's how that works. So yeah, anyways, I'm gonna head off now. Prices dumped to the range lows here. And that is it, CPI day. Gonna catch you guys tomorrow. Hopefully have a good rest of your days. And we'll see what ends up going on. Maybe I can take a buy from the bottom of the range here. I'm tempted a little bit to take a buy from the bottom of the range. I might wait 3 minutes just to see. I really feel like we can stay in the range today. I know I can be wrong, but I feel like we can stay in the range. And if we are going to stay in the range today, then guess this is the best place to buy. So I'll stay 3 minutes, actually. I'll stay 3 minutes. I'm interested to see. I'm actually interested to see 3 minutes. How this 5 can close like this would be okay. If it just pumps like this, yeah, it's making it hard. We're getting a reaction instead of a bounce. Counter trend bottom from, I expect today to stay in a range, that's why. Because of the news coming, should stay at the range. So if we're gonna come from the bottom of the range to the top of the range, and that's it. We're just gonna trade between here. Pretty simple. Problem is my stop's getting too big now. I can't put a stop below this 5-minute candle because I need to run it below the range because I'm expecting it to range. So it can test the bottom of the range again. Yeah, it's closing too deep, so I'm gonna call it. Appreciate you all. Have a good rest of your day. Same thing works for gold here. If gold wants to flip, maybe could wait 6 minutes here for gold. Gold could have a buy again. Could wait 6 minutes. Have you heard of Chris Lowry before? No, I haven't. I haven't. Yeah, so gold, same concept would work here. If the 50-minute close bullish would change the structure on 5, it will work. So I'll leave you guys with that plan. Take care and hopefully catch you guys very, very soon. Yeah, much love for showing up today. Not many people, but I appreciate everyone who did. And yeah, I appreciate you all. And let's get it, guys. Let's get it. Let's see what the rest of the week brings. Not a bad first week of the... This is second week of the month. Man, it's going fast. After CPI tomorrow, let's see if we can finish the week strong. And hope to see you guys on stream. Much love and peace. See you guys.